And welcome back to our second Smart Creations live stream. So today we are going to be freestyling, something that I'm not that comfortable with, but we're going to be doing it anyway. A skyline with a purple night sky. And today I'm joined by a very, very special guest. Allie. Allie. And Allie, what she's gonna do is how many paintings have you done so far in your paintings like this? Right. So just to show you, just if you're last time, if you were watching or any of the other videos on our YouTube channel, if you were watching, you were like, I have no clue how to do this. Don't worry, we'll walk you through it, and Allie can show you that anyone can make these paintings. And everyone's going to be at a different level. Don't worry, your goal is to get to the top. So, here we go. So, we have our pencils ready. We have a few cups with water. We have some paint thinner with us, just in case we have to wash our brushes and the paint is a little stuck to it. And we have a bunch of paper plates acting as our canvases, and we have a bunch of brushes. Yeah, this is a lot. So let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do is find a horizon line. For this one, normally it would be toward the middle. This one we are going to do toward the middle, but you want a lot of room, especially if you're going to add those skyscrapers in there. So make it more like 1/3 of the way down. And just make sort of a straight line. Don't worry, it's going to be a lot more straight. Don't use hard lines. I'm just going to say that now. Just have a really hard line. You might want to erase, and on canvases, it's extremely hard to erase. So just use light line just in case you do something you don't want to do. And remember, this is freestyling. So don't do exactly what I do. Allie's going to do something a little bit different. Just have the same idea. And a lot of skylines, especially if you're freestyling, have just sort of like things that make them stand out. And we're going to talk about those today. Okay, so first thing that are just buildings. You want buildings in there, right? Okay, and maybe a few skyscrapers in there just to give it some detail. And now probably the most important thing is that one landmark. Normally they're going to be fictional, so they're not a real landmark. Like you're not going to make a Chicago skyline with an Eiffel Tower. That would make absolutely no sense. So if you're doing a fictional background, you don't want it really to be based strictly on anything. And you can copy ideas, like you can maybe make a type of Eiffel Tower type structure, but it's not exactly the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to now start some of those things I talked about. So let's start with some buildings, because we don't want to have, it would be really strange if we just had a skyscraper right here. You want to have this nice flow of your painting so that you know where to look. If there's way too much everywhere, your eyes won't know where to look, and it's harder to look at. So we don't want to just make a giant skyscraper right there. Let's start with a few smaller buildings. So you also always want to choose how far away you are from the painting. In the subject, because if you're really close up, the buildings are going to be huge. But if you're far away, they're probably only going to come until here. Oh, that's actually something I forgot. Make a line, a really, really light line of where your tallest building is going to stop. Just so you have an idea of how. So, and then you want a line of that what you think is like the average height of your buildings. You might want to say you have this giant building in it that can act as your skyscraper and your landmark. So it's like that's the average size, and then there's this giant one. Or you can do it like around halfway. That's what I'm going to do. And then obviously you can have a few tall ones in there. So yours should have 3 lines on it. Your horizon line, the tallest line, and then your average line. Now the nice thing about these is because you have that line already, when you make the tops of most of your buildings, you don't even actually need to draw a top. So this is the sketching part. It's probably, on one hand, the most boring, but at the same time, sort of like the part where you have to think the most, because this is all up to you. This is where you get to make those big decisions, okay? So here we go. So what I'm sort of going to do is, don't worry if you can't see either of ours exactly. That's okay. We sort of want that, okay? You want to be able to only focus on yours and what you have in yours. So, okay, so here we go. So I might even start with that average line just to give me some perspective, and then I'm going to make a rectangle. Maybe I'll make that little staircase. You also want to see, this is now a giant building. You might want to make them in buildings, right? You don't just want a bunch of rectangles in a line. That's like if you look at first grader. Now, no offense to any first graders. I know some great first grader artists, but like they're in art class. They're normally just giant rectangles with squares drawn on them as windows. We don't want that. We want some diversity in there. So imagine as the buildings as people, each one is going to be a different shape, size, and maybe add some weird shapes in there. I'm going to add maybe like a triangle roof. I've seen some skylines that have things like that. Maybe a tilted building. And sometimes what seems like an imperfection, sorry about that, is actually something that can help your painting come alive. So there's not many things in nature or in real life that really have definition. Okay, so around there, this is where I'm gonna go from the other side. I'm gonna start making here. Just making a few. Always fall in love with that pause button. It's there for a reason. You might think, but then I'll miss the live thing. That's not true. Oh, look at Alex. Alex, show yourself. So she's already adding detail. Something that you want to be careful of is the fact that you don't want to have that much detail. The reason is because what's going to end up happening is you're actually going to end up not being able to see all these buildings. Because what we're actually going to do is we're going to just make all the buildings in black. Keep that in mind. Now, you can do yours however you want. This is great, okay? But just think about that. You only want to make those tops of the building, okay? That's what you want to be focused on. That's what you want your viewer to focus on, those tops of the buildings. So, and you'd be surprised how many different. So right here is where it's up. This is going to be our area for all the skyscrapers I was talking about. I might just add one here. I'm going to make it sort of a weird shape, but it really stands out from the rest. Something like that, and maybe I'll just add one antenna. Antennas really actually are very ambiguous, but really do add things. Maybe I'll add two. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few smaller buildings again. Okay, now I'm going to add the tallest building of them all. It's going to be we're smack in the center. So that's sort of weird, but I like it. So, ooh, I like it. Oh, yes. Okay. I love how that looks. I think that adds a tiny bit of detail. It must be like this. Oh my god, I love that, okay? Just remember, what I love about what you did is you made sure that you had those outlines of the buildings. What's important and what's great about that is that you really get to see that depth in there. Okay, so that's amazing, Allie. Can you read for me for a few seconds? Did you add any landmarks in there? Right? Okay, so maybe you want to, okay. But we want to add a really interesting one with a lot of detail. So maybe like get rid of this building, I think. That would be a good one to change into a landmark, okay? Okay, this is my challenge for you. Try and write this in the comments. When you think of a landmark, name some of the top landmarks that you think of. And then after that, write what you think about, not what you think about, like what are some features in there that are very common. I normally think of like Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Great Wall, things like that. They're very, there's a lot of things like that. So we just want to really make sure that we can see, and we can really show that. So there's these walls, these giant walls. That's unique. The thing that makes landmarks is that they're very, very unique. So think about that. The Eiffel Tower is a unique shape, size. It used to be the tallest. I'm pretty sure it was the tallest tower in the world. Comment if I'm wrong on that. Sorry, if I am. But but it was unique. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, the longest tower in the world. They all have these feats about them. So maybe do something about that that makes the city really famous. What would make your city famous in this fictional world? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of mine. Also, maybe think of a name. Sometimes that really helps to think of a name of your city. What are you going to name your city?
The Golden City.
The Golden City. That's great. I mean, you want to have like a giant golden sun. Ooh, that could be cool, right? Okay. Or a moon, a golden moon. That could be cool, right? But anyway, but like I might name mine. I have an idea. Maybe I could call mine Spacetown City. And what I could add is I can make it look like this weird alien tower. And that's gonna be it won't be tall.
Or maybe you could make in the sky, like maybe like a rocket. Or like
that's nice.
A UFO in the sky, or like maybe
idea.
stars.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make maybe. Here we go. So we have a lot of room to make this landmark, and it's going to be like the main attraction of the city. So let's make a pyramid shape. I think that's cool. Okay. And then maybe make it come out and out. And then we can maybe add this weird alien shape. Okay. Something like that. Like, we never really see something like that in the city, and maybe I can have like 3 antennae. 4. Right, like something like that really catches your eye. So, okay. So great. So, now we can start the painting. Actually, before that, it might be a little bit hard to see these. So first I'm gonna turn off our light. See if that makes it any better. Not really. So instead, okay, take off your drawing, okay, and show it to the camera. So if it looks mine looks something like that, and you can see like there's my landmark, right? Here's my tallest tower, things like that. Allie, show me yours. Okay, tell them about yours.
This is my landmark. I just made a cool design. I have like a building with like a circle top and one with a triangle top. I have like some antennas on some of them.
Okay. So to start the painting, we're gonna make the sky. Remember this, you will end up actually covering some of the tops of your buildings. Don't worry, you can always sketch them again. We might end up having to. So mine are not really at all one line, so it's sort of hard to do. But Allie's are all close to the same line. So she won't cover a lot of hers, but I probably will end up covering a lot of mine. So I'll be able to fix that after. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Grab some purple, blue, and white. Okay? Purple, blue, white, and red. Yes, that's what we want. Okay. Purple, blue, white, and red. So I'm using acrylics, Craft Smart acrylics. So I have bright blue, purple, violet, and white. Okay. And then I'm gonna grab some red. So here we go. So we're each have pretty big brushes, and now I show them yours. So ours are different sizes, but are close enough. So first we're gonna mix a pink. Okay. We're gonna mix. I'm gonna ask Al to do the same thing. Actually, we might actually end up sharing. Okay, so we don't.
Yeah.
And then we'll make a purple blue. And then we're going to make this dark navy color. Okay. We're going to make this navy color. So really, I know this is harder than I'm going to show you my... Great. So it looks like this, maybe a little less black in that blue. So I'm gonna mix them up, and so you can sort of have a feel for what they look like. I'm gonna actually use a few different brushes for this. I'm gonna start with that blacks. I'm gonna start with my darkest one. I don't know why, but I am. Okay, that's a nice color. It's a color like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna quickly put this in paper. I'm gonna grab the blue purple. This one is gonna be a little bit harder to mix. It's gonna come out very blue, but it will have that purple tint to it that really defines it. Okay, and I'm gonna use the same brush. I don't know why I tried to mix that purple. It wasn't supposed to be mixed. And then I'm gonna, do you wanna mix the pink?
Yeah.
Color and start mixing. Okay, so now you can take a look at our liquid to be a hot pink. What we're trying to make here is this hottish pink. We can always add white as we go down. So the idea is that it starts white. So we have this white, then we have a pink, purple, blue, green. Okay, so that's sort of our idea. Great. Okay, so I'm just going to show you our colors. Like some the paint thinner and then mix it in the thinner. Okay, so we have a palette that's looking like this. I'm going to grab my brush and get started. So I'm going to start from the top. Yes. Okay, yeah, sure. You will see that with the other brushes. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to start with that blue. I'm just going to grab you can see we have some more faces from last time. Thank you for joining us again. So sorry, Allie. I'm going to let you do it in a second. Just over much further. I'm just going to see. If you, depending on your rate, you can start it quickly. I'm just going to. So that's it. But then I'm gonna mix it into that pink color. Okay. Good job. Just now, and now just okay. So now always add some water. Okay. Mix. Wash. So I'm gonna wash. Okay. So I'm gonna grab some of this purplish blue and we're gonna put it right under. Thank you so much for watching again. If you have just joined us or missed the beginning, I'm just wanting to again, this is Allie. She's going to be helping us today. And so what we're doing is we're painting the skyline that is not real. We're not doing it based off any skyline. We talked about some tricks to painting skylines, especially freestyling them like we're doing. Okay. It's already starting to go over mine. Remember to use water. I say this every time, but people often forget to use water. Yep. Okay. But so she'll come back. So yeah, so the sky is supposed to really blend in. You want to throw it blend. So I'm gonna keep going. Allie, show them what you're doing. Walk them through it.
I'm dipping my brush in the paint.
What paint?
The blue and purple mixed together. And I'm just gonna blend it in with the navy layer that we did before this. Kind of just gonna go a little bit over the navy color as it's starting to run out of paint, so it doesn't totally ruin the navy color, but it kind of looks like it's blending in slowly. You can go over it fully if you want, because it's still gonna be different colors.
Whoa. I'm just gonna grab my canvas just to get this moving. So I'm just gonna use some purple and this. You don't need a lot of paint. We're sharing, so we took a bunch, but yeah. So you have that little bit of water, and you dip it in some paint, and then you can gel. So whoa, that's don't just this wash up all the paint. Wait a second, sorry.
Josh, should I just use this?
What?
Should I use this one?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're just gonna take the one that's plain purple, and you're gonna do the same thing that you did.
So it's stripping. That is never a good sign. I can just tell you. So that means that I messed up. It's okay. We can always get over it. How is this one amazing? Not falling off. Okay. That's really bothering me now. So just give me a second. This can actually cause some problems to your painting, as I discovered in one of my more recent videos. I wrote in the description, but not sure if you'll see it. Basically, we have. So I forgot to get rid of all the water, and it dripped down, and then there's this line that I couldn't cover with paint, and I got really frustrated with it. So yeah, just trying to get that. Okay. Now we're starting to get to that hot pink, which I'm going to.
Where did you put the towel?
Okay, here, anyway. So, new towel, new days. Yes. I'm just going to use some paint. And then, well, I'll use this first, okay? We want to take our hot pink. Okay, so I'm going to take that. Okay, that was a little too much. This is not going well for me. That's it. So, here we go. So, here we go. Great. Okay. Now it's starting to go.
Josh, can I use the
Yep, just give me a second. So we can go back to the end. I'll get it to the bottom line of the painting.
Can I take?
Great. Yep. And so, we're gonna, normally I will let dry it. For the sake, I will. And I'm just gonna do a quick, you don't have to do a Q&A, but if you are watching, oh, okay. Give me a second. So if anyone, give me a second. Okay, so Allie, tell them what you're doing. Okay.
Okay,
Tell them what
so
you're doing. I'll be right there.
I'm just putting the pink. I'm doing like the other ones. I'm just gonna blend it in as it starts to run out of paint. You could also start going down as you blend it in. If you put too much, it's fine. It doesn't matter how far down you go. So I'm going to like my smallest or regular size buildings because I put too much. So I'm just gonna blend it in. I'm just gonna take a little bit because I already have some on the brush.
Okay, I'm back. So let's try and move this along. Okay, so here we go. We're trying to move this along. So, also, if you are watching after this live stream, which chances are most of you guys are, who I'm talking to right now, are not watching. So just keep in mind that you can, same as if you were watching it live, just you can probably press pause and rewind if you miss something. Yeah. Okay, so now this is the part where I would normally let it dry. Instead, I'm just going to sketch over it. So you can probably still see your painting under it, your layer of paint. And that's good. So just go over it one more time with your pencil, just so that you have that feeling. We're going to do this really quickly. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to turn this on. So I'm not going to see, but this easier to see what we're doing. Okay, just make sure I paint closer. I'm just gonna move my thing mine closer. Okay. So you can see where I've started to go. Okay, so I'm just starting to go and make that skyline again. I'll show you how to. Remember, we're only doing the outside. So you don't need to add all that detail on the inside that no one's going to see. Here we go. So we are doing good. And I did add that little thing in there only because I forgot that I had made that top. It's covered with paint. Right, so here we go. Here we go. Okay, finally. So I'll show you what you're doing. We can keep on moving. Okay. And just tracing it over. Okay. Remember, no details on the inside. No one's gonna see it. Okay.
I don't care because it's just easier for me because it was already there. So
Okay.
I'm just tracing what's already there.
Okay. Great. And yeah. Good. So you can really start to see this blending going on. I might I'm just gonna dip it in water. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up blending this. So if you're watching this afterward on YouTube, or if watching it now, so if you are so if you're watching this on YouTube or here, please comment if you are doing it with us, if you did it, and something maybe that you learned from this. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just gonna get all this peanut thinner because I don't want what happened earlier. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna dip it in a tiny bit of water. And I'm just gonna blend this in. I don't love the way that this blue isn't blending so well into the purple, but it's okay. This is looking great. Okay, so now we can get to the exciting part.
I have too much water, it's dripping.
Okay, so just go down with your paintbrush. Okay, so now, you can wash your brush, and I'm going to grab a smaller brush, something. You want to try and get a flat brush, a flat tip brush. Is that a good size? Okay, it's not flat tip, but this one's good. Okay, so something like this where it's flat on the top, and we are going to get some black. Black is probably going to be a important color, so just get it. Don't get too much of it. Right over here. So you want to start with the top If you couldn't see the outline earlier, you definitely will see it now. I'm going to guess in a brush.
Okay. Josh, he got like a medium-sized brush. I'm gonna get a smaller brush because I tend to have the history of going out of the line. So.
Oh, and
So
about that though,
you can.
on Skylines, it's actually especially fictitious skylines, which no one is really going to be able to identify it because it's not real. Whereas if you really want to show everyone the skyline that you've been working hard on, and you keep on going out of the lines, then they won't be able to tell it. That can always come as a disappointment. So you can use a smaller brush if you're doing that. If you're doing a fiction, one, it really doesn't matter because even if you go out in your own lines, you might find that you like it better. That's what's happening to me. And I thought that it was bad, but it's actually coming out a lot better now. And we'll show you in a second what this looks like.
So yeah, this is gonna take me a while. I'm still on my
So-
first building.
This might take a while for people, okay? You want to start at the edges. I'm just going to bring mine closer so you can see all these details that I'm adding. You sort of want to bring it up. You want to start from that top edge.
Which question? What are we gonna do on the bottom here?
You're going to do a lake. So, fingertips. Here we go. If we take more paint for these, normally I advise you water. If you are using water, don't use too much of it because then it will drip down the shapes that it's creating, that my paintbrush is creating.
Your paintbrush can't create any.
No, is it because it's big? It's going to be like shapes there. Something.
Josh, do you think this looks cool?
Great. So, also, if you want,
No, I'm gonna get a bigger brush. I'm going out of the lines anyway.
if you do this, please, I'm assuming you're probably watching this on YouTube. If you can take a picture of it and maybe even put it in the comment section if you want, that would be great. And I'm sure it will give a lot of people inspiration. It's always a nice part about sharing your artwork. Seeing how many people you have inspired with that episode. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna continue this. It's okay if it's not solid black, as long as as long as there's not a color behind it. Now, if there is, okay, you sort of want to definitely make it a little more solid. Okay, so once we do like that, like that's a landmark that you can't really miss, and that's not normal for a city to have. Unless we're talking about Giza, or we're talking about Los Angeles, not Los Angeles, Las Vegas, then I don't think you'd expect to see a pyramid shape like that inside a city. Maybe close to but no, but you want to make it unique. Remember, landmarks are unique.
Especially because even if there is one in the city, that's probably like the only one in the world. Like the Great Wall of China. That's like, even though you usually don't find it in a city, like a bridge like that long. It's
A bridge. It's
it's not a bridge, like a wall that long. So you can't find it in any other city. So even if it's like a pyramid in the middle of a city in the middle of nowhere, it's still unique, even though you wouldn't find it there because it's still.
I know what you're saying.
Because you wouldn't find it anywhere else.
halfway equals. So here. So here we go. So normally in a normal video, this is where I'd say let's go to the time lapse, or just be a time lapse of us just painting it all in with black. But in the meantime, maybe in comments, which we can't see. Yes, we can. Oh yeah. Maybe tell us what your favorite thing you've ever painted. If you painted, maybe tell us how what your favorite thing to paint is. Anything is great. I'm almost done. Allie, how are you doing? Okay, you're doing great. Maybe try and speed it up a little. I'm trying. Okay.
And I can't do that much with a brush this small.
Yeah, so maybe you want to get a bigger brush.
I did get a bigger brush, but it's still pretty small.
You don't want to make this line that visible, so you don't want to have, you don't want this to be a solid black. You don't want to be able to see these lines that you've gone over. Everything should be the same amount of thickness. Which you might want to do a few layers on there for that reason. There's a lot of great things about freestyling that I don't normally get to do, but when you do, you can come out with amazing results. Especially, there might be, you never know, you might maybe want, what I've done actually in the past, and I might even do a video on this, is taking an artist's style and making it your own. Like, for example, Vincent van Gogh, he was known for using those lines throughout his painting that really showed the direction, his unity, and his subjects. If you maybe made a picture of your backyard, but in that style with the sky having, you could see that wind through the those lines, like things like that. That's really fun to do. So you never know. You might found my favorite thing to. Okay. So mine is going on nicely. I'm gonna grab a really small brush, the smallest brush I can find. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit more black. I'm gonna stick it in. And I'm gonna make all the antennae. I promised I'd put on this.
I don't really like painting pictures that you copy from. That's why I'm usually not going to be on this live stream. But I really like doing freestyle. Like I do watercolor paint, and
That's actually,
I do like freestyle
maybe.
pictures. Like I really like basketball, and I
That's a
make
great
like
idea.
basketball pictures.
Comment down below if you want to see other types of pajama paint parties or other videos where instead of me teaching you how to paint, there was a guest who was right now allowed to be limited because for obvious reasons in this time, but may be only limited to our family. But you can maybe see some of my siblings using a different medium, just in case you don't have paint that we use at home, and it's obviously really hard to get and interesting. So yeah. Okay. Now. Okay. So now for the water. This is definitely a difficult part of this painting because of the reflection.
Can you slow down?
Yeah, of course. Okay. So probably the first thing that I'm gonna do, I know Allie's not done. Okay. So I'm gonna let her keep on going. Okay. The other thing, as you can see, they're really coming together. You're gonna want to make this. Wait. Why I was lost. But I'm just gonna take it. The key to these is pretty obvious when you're making what? Water. That's really the key to making good water like features. It's just you want to use a lot of water because it makes that watery feel.
So Josh, you just took the canvas home.
Okay. So
Can you take yours back?
Can you use this one instead? Because you're just using black, and I'm gonna start using these colors. This one. Then okay. And you're not gonna need that. Okay. So here we go. So we'll start. Ooh, we can actually. That's fine. Here we go. So I'm gonna start with that pink. And I'm just gonna. Whoa, sorry. I'm just gonna start from this side just so that I can get on all this really quickly. Okay. And now tell me when you're done so that we can choose.
Okay, 1 second. I just need some more paint. Sorry, I put a little too much.
I sometimes challenge my siblings whenever they take a lot of paint and then they don't use water to be like, okay, here we go. You're not allowed to take any more paint. How can you take advantage of this paint? And using water and being able to use all of it. So, sometimes just challenge yourself to do that. Wasting a lot of paint. So you're not using water. Let's try that. It's actually quite fun because
Josh, does this look really good?
Oh my god, it's looking amazing. And actually, you did a great example of what I was talking about in the beginning about how it really depends on how close you are. Looking at her side by side, you can really tell that you're all really close up to hers because all those antennae, the thickness of them. And for mine, it's really hard to tell that all of the details are so small. You know that you're not actually that close.
Kaylee, what colors do we use in yours?
So you're just gonna reflect the same colors in the same order, but upside down on the bottom.
Can I get my canvas back?
You should have to.
Yeah.
Ooh, I better. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Josh, should we do the whole thing pink? Or just
Nope.
some of it?
You want to? I just have a small area. Purple. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of water. And watch what I do. I'm just gonna make bottom half of this is gonna be a reflection.
Josh, it's dripping.
Take that. Wait, what is dripping? This one. Okay, I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of pink, and I'm just gonna mix it into. So we have that bottom half because I made a little bit too thick. Alex is fine. You don't want to do it. But I made mine a little too tall. So I'm just this for a second. Sorry, I just really messed up.
Why did you take the wrong color?
Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some.
Wait, can I keep going without you? And also, it's okay if you put a little bit too much because then after when you blend it, you won't be able to see that you put too much. Or if it's dripping, it's fine because we will see.
So I just want to blend before it's too late. So I'm gonna
Okay, I
take.
need some water to blend.
So I'm gonna take some water. I'm just gonna add some of these. I want this to be just so that
Josh.
okay, here, so. Oops. You see how this reflects?
You can also let it drip, and then it's kind of cool. Like since it's a lake, it's like water. You can do that if you want to.
Okay, so
Like I'm letting it drip, like I'm putting extra water so it will drip because I think it looks cool because it's water. Yeah, adding some extra color also.
almost done. Please hang with us. Okay. Just please actually hang with us. We're almost done. We just need to get a few more touch-ups. And of course, if you like this, please sure to check out our other content. It is YouTube Smart Creations, lowercase sm, uppercase art, creation, lowercase, and then the s at the end is capital. It has a paintbrush in the banner if you want to look for it and watch our other videos. You know, we don't just do painting, we also do. Our whole thing is educational, so don't worry about that. But they do painting tutorials, science experiments, projects to do if you're bored. We do some cool other like things that you can just have a cool talent that you know that none of your friends do. Like soon keep a lookout for how to write an hieroglyphs video. We'll have what other videos have we? With whatever. We have a lot of diverse content, so chances are you probably are going to enjoy one of them. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint there. And okay, so I'm glad we had this much water, buckets of water with us. Here we go.
We have like 10 cups.
Of how this paint interacts and sort of like grows with that little hoops and more. Okay, now I just take a little bit of water and here we go. So now, one more thing before we leave. So we want to add those stars.
I need mine.
Actually, never mind. Okay, so we're going to add. Yeah. Okay, that's all. So we just want to add stars. So the stars are my favorite part. If you were with us last time, you would have known this trick, but it's probably the greatest trick ever. So Allie's gonna finish. Allie, show them how you finish up. And then you're done. Do you want to do the stars now?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Do we need a new brush?
we're gonna use the same brush. Okay, we're not wasting brushes.
We're gonna use the same brush.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna just make sure that your hands are clean for this. It is not.
Your hands are gonna get dirty, so.
Never mind. We are not going to wash our hands, but you probably should have your wet paint in it. So you want to have some like this. That looks like this, and then you just want to dab it until you have something where what I do. Don't overdo this. You want to do that? And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a small brush. Okay, that's enough. Okay. And so I'm just going to go over this was something I didn't do last video. And I probably should have.
I need some more paint. And I didn't get this side so much.
A little bit more. Right here.
Oops, I got some purple on it.
So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take a bigger brush and I'm just gonna basically go over my thing one more time, just so that we can really don't have those stars in there. So
I'm gonna go over in black also, so I don't have stars on the building.
So we're about to finish up, and so be on the lookout on our channel. Also, if you like this, check out my channel, Smart Creations. And if you want to see more of Allie, even though it's not art, Allie, tell them about your channel.
So if you have kids or you just want to listen, I do read aloud. I'm currently reading Cam Jansen and the Mystery of the Stolen Diamond. I do a chapter each time. So I do it like once or twice a week. So stay tuned to see.
What's it called?
Oh, it's called Time for Kids Reading. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Allie. And mine is done. So I'm going to show you mine. Allie, can you show yours now? And
I'm not done yet.
I know, but in the final video, in the video on YouTube, you can show yours. Okay, so you can go over it before. Can we show yours now so that we can end it? Okay, so mine looks like this. We have our few skyscrapers, our landmark. It sort of looks actually like a volcano. Mine. And you have those stars. It should all come together really nicely. Allie's. Good job. You see, anyone can do it. So great job. And of course, what everyone always forgets, the most important part, this whole thing, paint in black, a tiny brush, if I can find one, and sign it. This is probably, I think, the best part about making the painting. It's just the reward that you feel at the end of your signing. I'll have to have my go off.
I need a teensy brush.
Okay, I'll just use this. Just use this. This one will be fine. Okay, so these are our finished paintings. You can hold them next to each other. Remember, the reason these look different. Oh, Allie. Okay, so Allie's the dripping effect. Can you show that to them close up? Can you show them your dripping close up?
Yeah, I did that on purpose because it's like water.
So her dripping effect of the water, that looks amazing. Okay, so let's hold her side by side. So remember, they are not the exact same. We are freestyle to get our own ideas in our head. Space World, no, not Space World, what did I call it? Space City? Yeah, Space City. Allie called her
Golden City.
Golden City. So, I hope you enjoyed. Please consider subscribing, liking the video, and thank you so much for watching.
So also you might see me doing like right now.
Yeah.
I'm not like I finished. I'm just going over the buildings because I got some stars on there and
Great.
it's really fun.
Okay, so thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, liking the video. And thank you so much for watching. Tune in either later this week or next week. Chances are it's going to be next week for another one. And you know, our goal this time is to just have something for you to do in this time, and any other time you're just at home bored. And this is a great thing to do. So. And even without our tutorials, you can find other tutorials online. And of course, you can also do it yourself, take chances, and
Get messy.
but no, yeah. Yeah. Have a great night. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, sorry.